What's going on, everyone? Thanks for clicking on the video. Today we're going to be taking a look at Nioh 2. Now I know this series gets a lot of flack for being just another Dark Souls clone, but I think it does a pretty good job of keeping its own identity, especially in its combat. And that really does shine through in Nioh 2, or at least that's the impression I had after playing the alpha. If you played the first game, then you're gonna feel pretty comfortable coming into Nioh 2 because for the most part, it looks and plays almost exactly the same as the first one. Now there are, of course, a few tweaks with the combat, some interesting new mechanics, and a whole bunch of weapons which all feel like they offer up their own unique playstyles, but for the most part, Nioh 2 really just feels like more Nioh, which is great if you like the first game, and I actually really did. The combat is much faster than something like Dark Souls, but not quite as fast as Sekiro. It feels more like Bloodborne than anything else really, at least in terms of its speed. The whole Ki Blast mechanic in particular adds a nice little twist to the otherwise pretty standard Soulsborne combat system. It lets you regenerate a bit of your stamina after you're done attacking if you can get the timing right, which adds a whole new layer of strategy to the combat. Leveling up works pretty much the same as before, although now instead of unlocking new skills from a list, each weapon has its own full-blown skill tree. It doesn't feel too grindy right now with almost everything costing only one skill point to unlock, but that could very well change once the game finally releases. And there's a bunch of skills to unlock and almost an endless amount of gear to find. I mean, enemies literally explode with loot when you kill them, so you're pretty much constantly swapping between gear pieces in the early parts of the game, which isn't necessarily a bad thing at all because it sort of lets you experiment with new weapons and builds that you may not have thought of using in the first place. Now, just like in Dark Souls, part of Nioh's online functionality lets you invite other players into your game, which can really come in handy when you're stuck on a tough boss fight. But it's entirely optional and you never have to use it if you'd rather have a pure single-player experience. Nioh's asynchronous multiplayer has also been updated. You can still challenge fallen players by summoning them from their graves, but now you can also summon fallen players from benevolent graves, who then become basically AI versions of that player that'll then follow you around and help you take down enemies. It doesn't really make the game too much easier because you share all the experience you earn with that player, and the AI is pretty terrible at keeping itself alive. But that said, it definitely helps take the edge off of tough enemies when you have another body as your tank. You can also lay down your own benevolent grave anywhere you'd like so you can help out other players as well, and it pays off because the more people who use it, the more rewards you'll get in return. It's a cool little feature that kinda keeps you playing even when you're not. All in all, Nioh 2 seems like it's shaping up to be a really fun game, and I can't wait to play more of it once the full game finally comes out. If you enjoyed the first Nioh, or if you're just a Souls fan in general, I highly recommend keeping your eyes on this one. So anyway, those are my thoughts on the Nioh 2 Alpha. Are any of you playing it? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the video, please remember to like it and subscribe for more videos just like this one. Thanks, and have a great day.